Hey, what's going on? It's Rico with No Boring Concrete here back in Plant City. You may have recalled the driveway and wood plank job that I did. This is the driveway. It's a little debris. It just got done raining not too long ago. Been dealing with a lot of rain. Did the whole driveway, resurfaced it, textured it with an overlay spray, and then sealed it 2 coats, looking nice and clean. They had the stone applied to the wall here, which looks pretty nice. And of course the wood plank entry that got a lot of attention and is just looking really nice against that. The stone, the shrubs, this entrance is gorgeous. But we are back over here actually doing a full flake epoxy system garage. And so what you have here is your typical crappy epoxy paint, if that's what you want to call it. And it has been peeling and cracking. And a lot of times when these builders, they turn over these homes, they'll just, if they're going to do the epoxy flake, it looks decent when you walk away, but all this stuff starts just wearing away and it just peels and looks pretty crappy over time. And there's only a couple of builders that I've seen recently that are actually doing a full flake commercial grade 2-part epoxy, full broadcast of flakes to rejection, and then a high grade commercial or industrial type of sealer, whether it be a polyspartic or some kind of urethane sealer, but that's gonna withhold up against a lot of crap. Well, so we're here and we're grinding off this crap, because it is just that. And so we have a lot of low spots. The concrete job itself was pretty horrible. You have a lot of low spots. That's actually where the machine has gone over. A lot of divots, don't know what was there. Apparently there was some kind of wall here because it just some kind of partition. It just goes this way, that way, and then just bullet holes that way as well. But over here you get a lot of pitting. That's pretty deep. And then over here is this low spot. Right there is like moisture coming through, and I will address that in a moment. Then you got some cracks. You got some pretty major cracks going throughout the floor here, as you can see. They didn't create any relief cuts or any joints or saw cuts or anything like that to separate the slab to allow for cracking. So then you get this big monstrous crack going right down front to back, and it's an eyesore. So we've been grinding this off, and the technique is very easy. We just grab this rake right here, and then we just start scratching it until it peels off. No, we don't, I'm just kidding. But we are mechanically profiling it off. And once we get it down, we're gonna address those cracks. I need to speak with the homeowner in regards to what they exactly wanna do to remedy these divots. I have some suggestions, but it wasn't in the original agreement, so we have to go back and talk about that. And like I said, coming back to the moisture issue, that's moisture just coming in from water just setting in that corner right there. So usually when these houses are built, they have visqueen or vapor barrier placed underneath, and then they pour the concrete. And at least by code, that's what it should be. And this is a newer home, so it should be up to code. But you do have moisture mitigation, at any given time. So a lot of times we will offer to put down a vapor barrier, a moisture barrier, epoxy system first before we put on any type of coating on top, just to help aid against any of the lifting or delaminating or peeling or failure of the epoxy system. So that's something I'm gonna point out. I mean, it's only in that corner over there, and it's not like a deal breaker or anything. But if it wants, if the homeowner wants to have peace of mind that the floor is not going to have any other issues and reduces the liability of that, then they can choose to go with it or not go with it. It's up to them. But we're going to just end up grinding the rest of this off. You can see we did all the edge work, going cleanly against this. They're not moving that. They're not moving the cabinets. So we just went all across the edges, cleaned all that up, so that way we can just feather in with the big machine. But once we remove that, we're going to go ahead and re-broadcast this flake system. Very similar color in the epoxy color and similar color in this flake system color, very similar to that. But the difference is it's going in a commercial grade epoxy. We broadcast the flakes until it just bounces until it takes no more, basically to rejection. That's what that means. And then you have 100% coverage. You don't see the epoxy color, you just see flakes. And then you have a high grade seal that goes on top of that. And that's a very durable floor for a very, very long time. So if you have any questions, any concerns, you wanna reach out to us for an estimate. We can give you a couple options. You don't have to do the system. We have other options, you know, whatever fits in your budget. I'll give you options. You let me know what you want. You decide how you want to spend your money. I'll just make sure I do a great job when I walk away. And that it looks good, that's what I mean. But no boring concrete, you know where to find us. Hopefully I'll put up another video just kind of showing the walkthrough of maybe a full grind, or maybe just when the epoxy is already down and we're ready to seal it, or when it's already been sealed. So we just want to give you a heads up. That way you know what you're looking at. Some before footage, some in between footage right here. So this can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, and then the final walkthrough. NoBoringConcrete.com. See you. See you.